Welcome to Warblog. Today I'm going to have a quick look at one of these games down here. As you can see, I've still got a bit of a backlog. I'm sort of getting through them now. So I'm going to have a look at this Durayhimi Pocket. I'm trying to get this quick. Essentially, it's a pocket. Now you probably can't spot it clearly like that. So I'm going to get an awesome drawing tool out. I'm going to draw a pocket. Just because I'm like this, I'm going to do it again so I can get that last bit in there. There. So, that's a pocket. And the objective is to basically run this way, like this. I mean, this is what it sort of suggests on the Southbank site. I don't know much more than that, but the point is, it's not to take out Durayhimi. Or at least, this is the inclination. Presumably, at some point it is. So this is the Houthis, and this is the Saudi coalition, and whatever they're called. So essentially, the point is to do that, and I think it's interesting that that is the point. Now you can play it both ways, and obviously you can try and take this out and do it however you want. But it's interesting that it is the point, because it leads you to sort of consider, the issues of objectives, strategy, and things like that. What I mean by that is, for example, it might not make sense to not take this. For example, I think in one, it's got nothing to do with this game, but there was a film, and I can't remember what it was. I thought it was like one of the Dirty Dozen films, but it might not have been. And one of the guys had Hitler in his sights, and he could have shot him, but he was told not to, because they wanted to keep Hitler in power, as he was basically, the cause of the fall of the Third Reich, etc., etc. So what we're talking about here is doing something, even though you can see a greater opportunity, like taking this out. You might sort of want to. Now, I don't know what the odds are going to be. So, in light of doing that, we could say, well, how would we approach that? And it's quite difficult, I think, even though I've highlighted it, to see that pocket. But I think if you were to sort of say, okay, well, we want to take these two positions, but we also want to contain this, and that's what these units are all for. You might sort of think, well, how can we do that? Well, other things you might want to consider are the fact that, they can sort of break out of this quite easily, and there's not much to stop them sort of going over here, or breaking out through here. So you've got to sort of, there's a lot of suspension of disbelief in some regards on that. But when you look at the map, without even if you take these away, there's not a lot there. There's no road networks at all. So, which is interesting. Presumably there should be a road network somewhere. Maybe I just haven't done that. But I don't think there was. So you can think, well, how are we going to do that? So obviously, I think as a start, we've got our two primary fronts for achieving that. So we've got here, so this should be quite easy because we've only got one unit, and here we've almost got a breakthrough straight off. So then we've got to consider, well, okay, well, we can move these two units into here, move these closer, perhaps push in there, and swing these through as a sort of an offensive drive. These units will obviously be able to sort of do something. Now with these, we can swing them either that way or that way, and bring them round, or we can bring them this way. We've got these, we can bring this way, so we can have either two here or two here, and we've got these as sort of some sort of buffer. So there's not really a lot to work with. And I think after that you've got to consider, well, what are the counter-attack possibilities? I mean, it does look a bit weak over here, and what I didn't want to do was just sort of have this big green line of 3/3s all the way around. So maybe I should put another one there. You know, but I didn't want to sort of do it like that. But so that in mind, I think the thing to do is I'm going to move this unit to there, and then I'm going to basically I don't want to push these units back, so I'm going to try that with these, possibly pushing one here, and knocking them one on each. They're quite well defended, but I think we've got some air power, and these similarly are going to push this unit back. So it doesn't look as simple as it might appear. Now what I'm also going to do in the first instance, well, maybe not, I was going to suggest I'm not going to attack anything. I think I will, especially considering I want to make it a quick video actually. So not really attacking anything like that, am I? Okay, I'm going to put him there, there, and pile drive straight through there. So these are going to attack onto here, I think. Exchange. And we should be able to push him back. I think I'm able to stay with this artillery. And that's that. Okay, so into Allah, what can they do? Well, I want to contain this. And I don't think the Saudis really have the forces to really do anything. And we've got reinforcements here. And we've been pushed back there. Obviously there's this gap here, which has sort of opened up. So this is a vulnerable stack. Get the artillery free, otherwise this could have possibly gone 1, 2, 3 and attacked. This is slightly vulnerable, but that would mean moving him out there. Should get 3 to 1. That's slightly vulnerable on that. So this is a sort of a little more vulnerable, and it's the open area. I think what we can possibly do. I'm just going to throw everything in because I don't want to think too much. That's pushed it back. It should be a 3 to 1. That's pushed him back. So we've now re-established the sort of supply route through to Durayhimi. We've got artillery, quite a lot of it. So let's see whether we can do some damage here. Oh, we can only hit. We've only got a range of 2, so we can't hit that. We can't hit anything really. Okay, that's that. I don't want to commit them to anything. It would be nice. Yeah. Right, so the Saudi coalition have been pushed back there. Depression is 4, that's not good. Depression is 3. I really want to get this artillery into range of something. I'm going to push this back so we can start coming down here. Put him in there. So we should be able to push these guys back. Once we get them out of their entrenchments, they'll be less of an issue. Exchange. Right. Should be able to get that artillery. I'd like to be able to really start piling up on that artillery. Well, that was good. That's what we need. The 2. Okay, in there, and push in there. Let's push this stack back. Okay, so we've won there. Okay. So there's still nothing that I can buy. Oh look, you have to be in stupid range. 0.6, 1.3, 2.8. Shouldn't really be able to get that. One day I'll sort the range thing out. Well, because they fired, they didn't recover, so that's probably not that great, but they put him up to 4.7. Well, this is vulnerable, but nothing else really is. That's vulnerable, but that would mean coming out of there. Interestingly enough, our turn would stop there. But I think they would all recover, so that's that. The Saudis. I'm going to put him back to there. Oh, I'm actually going to put him back to there and leave that in this as a loss. Let's see what this artillery can do on this. 8. Okay. One to one, but we managed to push them back at least. Maybe we can get these guys out as well. Exchange. Exchange. Okay. It's taken a fair pounding, really. Let's just have a look at the situation. The pocket has changed shape slightly, but not much. It seems that they've gained ground here. They haven't really. They've lost this little section here, but with quite a lot of loss. I mean, this unit over here, under there, the mechanised unit is reeling. I think we're on the verge here of doing something. Knocking them out of their defences was key. And hopefully we should be able to get these ones out next turn. Once these break, I think it should be quite doable. Okay, so what are the anti-allied units going to do? Well, once they're stacked up like that, they're fairly invincible, but no depressions, no depressions. 1 depression, 5. I don't think it's going to take them below half. Because in theory they're 3, 4.5, which is less than 5. but I don't think it really actually works quite like that. But what we could possibly do, so we can get a 3-to-1 against that. Here's at depression 4. A 1-to-1 against that. I think what I want to do is push that back, because we might be able to route it or something. Yes. DE. And I think I'm going to try my luck against this. One movement. He should be able to go like this. And we can push him there. That gives us 3 surround. I don't really want to leave him on his own. Let's just see what we can do here. This is a gamble, but if this pays off, it could change the situation slightly. Yeah. Okay, well that didn't pay off. I'm going to leave them split up there. There's no easy targets here. What we could do is move him into there and give up that spot. Okay. Well, that repulse was bad, but at least they maintained a sort of fairly nice line. So what they really want to do here is sort of push these units out. Okay, we're slowly getting their artillery. We'll leave him to recover. And the thing is, do we want to push this unit back? Maybe we'll focus on that. I'm going to focus on that. If I can move into there, then we can get more onto it. Once they're out of their defences, it's they can gain an exchange. So they're really not doing well there. An exchange. Wow, this is a tough position. We're doing well on this front. I think we've really got to sort of push. Let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, DR. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. Move him there, in through there, and into there. So it's interesting really because well, because we seem to have made ground on this front. Let's see if we can push this guy back. Yes. So let's just see what the situation looks like now. So our pocket has not really changed on that front, but here well, we've taken that side there, but this front here is quite clearly held quite well. If we hadn't done that attack, we could probably use these to create a line that they couldn't have broken into. I think this is quite, I wouldn't say well balanced, but in this instance, I think it had the potential to be a very delicately balanced game. Because we could have used this, instead of attacking, we could have formed a line like this. I mean, if this is how tough this line is here, we could have done the same thing here. In fact, it might not be too late to try and pinning it on that. So we could have had a line like that, stopping this breakthrough. Okay, so Ansar Allah. So we're not going to do anything here. I'm just going to hold. Do we want to fire our artillery? We've sort of got not a huge amount of choice. Let's see if we can do something here. Oh yeah, that one's pounded. So we really want to try and form this line. Now if they are that hurt, we might be able to attack them. Do we want to try it? They're slightly weak. Would we get that 5-to-1 odds? Let's try it. I'm feeling lucky. I'm not thinking fully, but 1-to-1 in exchange. Oh well. I'm not going to try my luck against that because it's just not worth it. We've got a good defensive line. Let's see how that holds out. Okay, we've sort of broken through here, I think. I think it's just a matter of time. Let's see whether we can bring this guy back into the game. Let's move the artillery just another step forward. I'll take this artillery out. Oh, these are nice numbers. 1.5, 4.4, 5. So, that's working. Now here, we'll probably get left behind, so if we put them there, we win there, we can push that way. What I'm going to do with these, because these depression 3, depression 2, I'm going to hold on that and give them at least some chance to breathe. But here I'm going to push into there, attack there, and then hopefully advance forward there, and then maybe attack into there. Oh dear. So here, on this front, we really want to be at least pushing these guys this way. I think we want to knock. That's a 2. What we've got now. I think we might actually recover there. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, well, we're going to continue the barrage on the core mechanised spearhead here, and they've routed one of them. Perfect. Well, that's tight, very tight. Good job we didn't just try to attack this town. What does our perimeter look like now? This is impenetrable line here. I've just not broken it yet. Okay. It's just too tempting. We don't want to attack here, so let's not spoil anything there. So let's do this. We should destroy it. Yes. Look at that. Let's just look at the thing. Let's look at the perimeter now. They've gained a hex. And they've got this line now, and if that line can hold out just like this one, right. So the Saudis, they've got to ask themselves if they want to continue. This artillery, sure did it. Let's see whether we can return the favour of routing something. Okay. Oh, they're both depression 6, aren't they? These depressed units are now going to attack there and pull in with this behind. I think that will break the line. If I can do that, then we can attack both of these hexes onto that. Let's do that. So we've got a win here. Oh, that was a big win. I can't move. Didn't think of that. That doesn't matter, because now I can do this. This is the same difference, but I just don't gain the extra hex. DE, so push them back. We've got to win here. Can't afford to, I mean, is depression 2. We can't afford to lose. We've got to make some ground here, and I think we've got to try and break through. Well, we've got to just push this unit back to start off with. Change. Oh, I was thinking, oh no, I shouldn't put these units in, but well, they're just going to have to sit there and recover. It's another lost turn. I wanted this to be a quick game, but I knew it was going to be interesting. But I knew again at the same time there's not a lot there. And this is the thing that I keep saying, but it's always, I just enjoy saying it. Is that you can have maps. There's not a lot to them. It's very simple, and it's the actual gameplay that gives the game structure. I mean, we've got nothing really but open terrain, and yet we've got this really interesting line here that won't break. We've got this very weak line here that's offering everything, but everyone's dying. And what happens is people will look at a map and, oh, that looks like rubbish. No, that's not a good game. That looks like a rubbish game. But, you know, it's like you've got to be there to experience it, and they're just not there to experience it. And, you know, this is why I like the small games. You know, I mean, we could have had a map that was 10 times this size, and the battle zone will always be of this sort of size. You know, and you know, you can have this. You know, I think this is a really good game, but it's just so simple. I mean, there's not much there. But anyway, I keep saying that. It's always worth saying. Whose turn is it? I don't know. Okay, so they really want to focus on keeping that line. Two depressions, 5, 6, 7. It's looking dire. I think I might pull one of these units back in this direction because he's fresh. It's not really doing much, but we're only able to get him 2. I can pull him out. Decisions. But there's not much there, is there? Just push him there. Push him there, and there, and there. So I don't want to start dragging too much out of there because they're in a defense, but I think I will actually. No, because I want to ensure the integrity of this. It's the same with this, really. Do I? I did pull one of the other units out down here, didn't I? Let's do it. I feel like I cheated. And that's that. So, let's just have a quick look. So we've still got to get So we've got to get this line here. We've still got to close it. They still maintain both positions. We still haven't broken this line. This is just crazy. The Saudi turn. Right. I think we can break that unit. Okay, let's see whether we can get rid of this artillery. Some of it. No. 3.4, 6.3, 4. We could maybe attack it. Right, let's just play gently here. Sending everyone against this one unit. You've got to win. Oh, that was good. We've got to win here as well. It's not a case of just using some of our units so that we can then exploit what's the worth. Got no depressions. He's just been holding on there. We've got to put everything in there. And we've pushed them back. At last, we've made some ground there. Right. This is going to be tough. We continue on that. And we'll try our luck here. Because I really want to get him out. No. Let's look at the whatever. Okay. That's a strong position. We can't attack it. I think the artillery's going to try and recover this turn, so we won't do anything with that. He wants to just hold if he can and recover. Likewise, so that's that. Okay, the Saudi turn. Well, not really a lot of choice, but we have to sort of do this and bring him there. Should be able to do something here. Oh, at last, we pushed them back. Oh, an exchange. exchange. This is so painful. It's just on the edge. An exchange. Now I feel that they've bought. You know, I think we could possibly start to use some of these units. Maybe one of them, bring them down here and start attacking that. Let's just have a quick look at the line, because it has changed slightly. It has changed. Definitely want to. We could probably attack that stack. Definitely. Without any hesitation. That was a stupid place to put them. 71 DE, so let's push them back. Artillery. Do what we can here. Wow. Fresh. Seems to recover once. Depression. Depression. So I feel as I could maybe take one of these out. I think I'm going to push him back. I'm going to attack this stack here. Because he was fresh. But he's on his own. Oh! I think. Now this is where we could have some morale checks. You know, sort of an army level or a group level, operational level, because there's just not enough Saudi units. We've got a fairly strong front over here. You know, we could possibly almost. I think depression's 5 and 1. You know, you've got to consider that's a fresh unit, relatively fresh, fresh. I mean, they've got to destroy some units. That's weak. Fresh, weak, freshish. So what we could really do with these, pushing the artillery out. Okay, we're going to have one more go. I can't believe this is taking nearly an hour. One more go as the Saudis, but what we're going to try and do here, I just don't know. We've lost virtually everything. We don't want to be there. So I'm thinking, let's try the artillery on here. Not too much. I was going to try for the flank, but we don't want to leave anything too exposed. Exchange. Everything against this one unit. There they are. Might only be a 1-to-1, but I think we've really got to at least try and push him out. Okay. At this stage, we've got to go for another turn. Artillery down here. They've got routes. 1.8. Routes. Do we want to attack? .7. Things that will weaken our defensive position. Ooh, 1-to-1. Depression 9. Got to go for this. Exchange. We've got to go for it. But do we really need to have that much? I mean, they're virtually worth nothing. He's in good order. I'd like just do it in one unit. Yes. Okay. Well, at that, 53 minutes later, what a spectacular game. The Pocket looks like this. They failed, and the Saudi forces are now going to pull back because there's just not enough. There's not enough here to start with, so they're going to fall back to probably their original positions. And here, they're going to fall back to this line here. There's just not enough to push against these units that suddenly become really strong. Now that was a really good game. I mean, it's sort of when I set them up, I never really know whether it's going to be balanced or not, because that's not the point. The point is, sometimes they have to be more reflect to some extent some historical imperative. And I think, to be quite honest, that the Saudis could probably do with more units, and I think there could be more agreement or understanding on what you can do with these units, because we moved the 2 units that were there to come down into defence. Now this artillery was really useful, but our objective is to take out these. But I think that we could say an objective is because to support that we need to take that artillery out, because it was really a pain. It's only small, but it has firepower over these 2 positions, actually 1, 2, and it was this artillery that caused both these mechanised units to rout and this one, just peppering them up turn after turn. So yeah, that's interesting. It'd be interesting to see how it went through on a second playthrough. etc., etc. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I'll speak to you later. Cheerio.